some dead air.
I could switch chairs.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for being here. Welcome to the For Now podcast, where we approach a variety of different subjects with my two best friends, usually three. Today, Tanner is not here. That's why I'm taking over hosting for him. My name is Connor Lawson, and I hope everybody is having a fantastic day. We're going to start with a couple of introductions. I think a couple of introductions are in order. I'm pretty sure most people are unfamiliar with exactly who is a part of this podcast. Even if you have been listening, I still really think that we need to keep harping on these introductions. So, sitting in front of me, the man with all of the editing skills and tech skills in the world. It amazes me. He amazes me every day I see him. Andrew Bland.
Hey, Connor. It's me, Andrew.
How are you, Andrew?
I'm doing all right. Living life in the wires is very interesting when you're only 21.
And you're only 21. Now, to my knowledge, you're not 21.
Yep. To your knowledge, I'm not 21. That's because I have been lying to you.
Oh.
I've been telling you.
Really?
I feel embarrassed about my age. I feel like I'm very old compared to all my friends. So I sort of just tell people I'm 16 instead of my real age, which is 21.
Well, that does make sense. I mean, we are all 16 here. So it's pretty understanding that you kind of want to be on the same level as us, and you don't want to be seen as a 21-year-old hanging out with 16-year-olds.
Yeah, I mean, it's just 7 years. Like, what's the big difference between 21 and 16?
It is just 7 years. You are definitely correct with that assessment.
Thanks.
Well, it's great seeing you, Andrew.
Well, it's great seeing you, Connor.
And then to Andrew's right, we've got another introduction
It's my left,
coming up.
actually.
Okay. It's to my vision, it is to my right. To Andrew's position is to his
I'm
left.
actually over here now, so I am on Andrew's right now. I changed.
This is Jacob Chalk, the man with the gorgeous facial structure. How are you doing, Jacob Chalk?
Thank you. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, of course.
I've never been told that.
Really?
I've generally been told the opposite. So.
They've been calling you a woman?
Generally, it kind of hurts my feelings. I go about my day-to-day life, and then people just keep yelling at me like, "Hey, woman, you woman there," and it hurts my feelings because I am not a woman.
If anything, you'd be a girl being 16 and in high school.
Yeah, it really does.
It's kind of inappropriate.
Yeah, it's kind of alarming how similar you look to this 16-year-old girl I know in high school, actually. It's crazy.
I get it because for a man, I'm very young. But if I were to be a woman, I would look very old.
Would you like to be a woman?
No, I like being who I am. I mean, yeah, I think about the glamours of not being me, but then I realize I wouldn't be me, and
women have it so easy. I wish I was a woman.
Women, I mean, thinking about it, all they have to do is just kind of be there and then do whatever they want.
Okay, so to the topic on hand today, we're gonna just tail that before that gets out of control. Thank you guys for sharing your thoughts and for introducing yourselves. We're gonna get to the topic on hand today, which is we're going to be talking about machine guns. Ooh, and I actually, oh darn, I forgot my machine guns at home. Well, shucks.
Oh.
You know what? That is okay. I will bring them by another time and I will show them off. That is okay. I would like to know, what were y'all's first experiences with machine guns? Andrew, why don't you start? Tell me everything about your first experience with a machine gun.
I can't say I've ever used a machine gun. Can't say I've ever operated a machine gun. And I definitely can't say that I've ever seen a machine gun in person. But I do think I am a bit of an authority on the subject. I feel as though I've gleaned enough information about machine guns through pop culture that I can pretty much answer any question you have about machine guns. If you would like to ask me any question about machine guns.
I actually would. See.
Well, shoot.
Audience
but don't actually shoot me.
Okay, well,
I know we're talking about machine guns, but don't actually shoot me, all right? Just toss the questions my way.
Look, it's okay. I'll shoot it your way. Wink. That was a wink. It's not gonna happen. Wink, Andrew. I would like to ask, is there a machine gun that is stronger than any other gun in the world?
Yes.
Okay.
Question answered.
Question answered. Thank you. Jacob, you had something to say?
I just wanted to say earlier that we were kind of mentioning machine guns and how deadly of a weapon they are, but
I don't think we were mentioning machine guns. I think we were fully delving into the topic of machine guns.
it's just.
But that's
it-
just me.
It came at a more of an aside to me.
Mm-hmm.
But the deadliest weapon, in my opinion, the mightiest weapon, is the pen. Someone's words. As the metaphor goes, the pen is mightier than the sword. So meaning that someone's words and thoughts truly are the mightiest weapon.
But, machine guns beat swords. Ever seen Indiana Jones?
But wouldn't that mean
Nope.
that so algebraically,
You haven't seen Indiana Jones, Connor?
I have not, but we'll get to that. Algebraically, yes.
thank you. Algebraically, if the pen is mightier than the sword and a machine gun is mightier than the sword, then the pen and the machine gun are equal or are the same.
It's funny you mentioned that because in Indiana Jones, he is a professor and he uses a lot of pens, and he beat a sword with a machine gun. So I
Well,
think there's a lot of connections.
Actually, in that movie,
That's very coincidental.
Sorry to no butt you, but he didn't beat the sword with a machine gun. His mind using the machine gun and his words saying, "I'm going to shoot you with this machine gun," really defeated the sword. If you think about it.
So my question is, you say the pen and somebody's words are mightier than the sword, or mightier than the machine gun even.
Mhm.
But in this instance with Indiana Jones, that wasn't a pen. That was his voice. The pen and the voice aren't the same weapon.
Well,
right?
the pen,
Or am I mistaken?
the pen is supposed to be a metaphor for someone's words and thoughts.
Oh, it's a
All the-
symbol.
Yes, it's a symbol. However, we know that in the past few years, manufacturers of pens like Bic and other companies have been making extremely powerful pens. So that symbol is now becoming a reality.
Oh, and also all this, I didn't realize there was so much math involved with the battle between the pen and the sword algebraically.
Yes.
Are you serious?
Mhm. Yeah.
Wow.
As
Was Indiana Jones an algebra teacher?
Yeah. From what I can remember in the movie.
Actually,
Yeah, from what I can remember in the movie, he was an algebra teacher, and he went on his adventures to try to find the ultimate equation.
And he had a huge warehouse where he would store every equation he came across.
Yeah.
Just miles and miles long of just
Yeah. It was
equations and
really-
numbers.
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Proofs, math proofs that he wanted to find, like the full answer to calculus. That one was pretty good.
The full answer to calculus, yeah.
Yeah,
they answered calculus in that movie?
yeah, because calculus.
Yeah, but you never see it. He finds it, but then he's like, we can't use this to accelerate knowledge. We have to store this locked away in a warehouse where only I can see it.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's like a U-Haul warehouse. It's like not even that good of a warehouse. It's,
I mean, like he says, this belongs in a museum, but really he just locks everything he finds away in a warehouse. Nobody's allowed in there.
it's like 10 by 10 warehouse storage unit. It's ridiculous.
Oh my gosh.
But I find it most interesting is how many equations he has in there, because it's. I'm sorry. Did you say something?
What?
Well, to my knowledge,
I was just thinking of another Indiana Jones movie.
I was too. That Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh,
The
yeah,
Ark.
ARC.
The ARC
Yeah.
movie
Yeah.
where he finds the missing degrees that he's been looking for his entire math career.
Yeah. He found new angles that exist. It was incredible.
He created his own angles.
Yeah, we always thought it was between 0 and 360, but then he found new angles. It was crazy. There's now new angles like perpendicular and
I've never heard of that before.
skyward.
Why haven't I watched these movies before? That's crazy. And he uses a machine gun in these movies too.
Yeah.
The
Dude, that's
entire
his main
time?
weapon.
That's his main weapon.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he like constantly travels around. He points his machine gun down at the ground.
Kills
He just-
Nazis.
Yeah, he kills Nazis.
His
And-
famous line is, "I'm Indiana Jones and I'm here to solve arc cosine and kill Nazis,
and I'm all out of
and
arc
I can't
cosine.
and I can't find the angle for this arc cosine."
And then he just mows down a ton of Nazis.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you guys kind of went on a bit of a tangent there,
Yeah.
but
Whoa!
I will say,
Did you just, Connor? Do you realize what you just said?
That's a math
You
equation.
said tangents.
oh, Indiana Jones made that up.
Dude,
Yeah, he
Connor,
did.
you're
Oh my
probably
God.
super embarrassed right now. I can't
I've
believe
never
you said
seen
that.
Indiana Jones. I'm just out of the loop.
It was very funny.
Oh, it's a funny movie. See, my knowledge was it was always an action movie, but that's beside the point. He
But-
uses a machine gun.
That's the thing. It's action, but it's also comedy.
Oh, that's never been done
It's
before.
revolutionized the field.
Yeah, one of the best jokes in the early Indiana Jones movies is that Indiana Jones is studying for his math test that he has at Harvard, and he's like 13, and obviously that's pretty funny. And then the professor walks over and he says,
It's really
"Aren't-"
funny that they have math tests at Harvard and not like more specific fields of math.
Yeah, it's just
It's just a general math course
It's just a gen ed math
he was
course.
taking.
But the professor walks over and says, like, aren't you a little young to be studying for a gen ed math course at Harvard? And Indiana Jones says, does 2 + 2 equal 4? And then the guy says yes, and then he walks away.
Oh my god.
Wait, he solved that equation.
Dude,
too?
Yeah, that's
Indiana
pretty
Jones
good.
is so slick. He practically made him walk into that one.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
pretty awesome.
Wow.
Wow. I could never do that if I tried.
Wow.
I wouldn't have the cojones.
I don't have the foresight for that. I live in the moment.
Yeah,
Gosh.
I'm a big in the moment.
You
kinda guy.
guys have really opened my eyes to Indiana Jones. I mean, you sold me on the fact that he had a machine gun. That's the number one reason why I will watch this movie.
Yeah.
Connor,
Yes.
I've been dying to ask you this since you said you don't know Indiana Jones.
All right.
What movies do you know, Connor?
Huh. Well, one of my favorite movies of all time is Ex Machina. Have you guys ever heard of Ex Machina before? It
I've
came.
heard of the sequel,
I-
Ex Machina Gun.
Well, I've heard of. I think this might be a spin-off. It's Deus Ex Machina.
Deus Ex Machina. That's the sequel. That's
Oh, I thought it was a
actually the
spin-off.
sequel.
It's a sequel.
No, that is the sequel. That one is the one that you mentioned, Jacob. Deus Ex Machina.
Ex Machina Gun.
Thank you. That is also a sequel to the movie, but it's in an alternate
Wait,
universe.
so there's 2 sequels?
There are 3 universes.
What?
There are 3 universes to this movie. The reason why it's my favorite movie of all time is because it's about a poor machine gun whose owner leaves him in the dust.
Oh,
And
Ex
he is
Ex
Ex
Machina.
Machina.
Oh.
It's
As in they're like exes because they broke up.
right.
Okay.
I mean, it really hits me in the feels because you really feel the pain and regret of the machine gun. And the crazy thing about the whole first movie is that it's one shot the whole time. I mean, it's just it's riveting movie making.
It doesn't
Basically,
move. It's just a static
it
shot.
pans up.
It
from the
pans
start
up,
of
but
the
it
movie.
stays in the same
and
spot.
it just keeps panning up the whole hour and a half?
And you don't even realize it's a machine gun until at least halfway through the movie.
Wait, what?
Wait.
At
So
least
what's-
halfway through the movie.
so is-
Wait,
the
what's a
next-
machine? I'm confused. You said you don't realize it's a machine gun.
you don't know it's a machine gun.
Oh.
Until halfway through the movie.
So is the camera from the point of view of the machine gun, or is the camera from the point of view? Is the camera like focused on a machine gun?
The camera at the very beginning is pointed at the bottom of a couch. And
Okay.
it slowly starts panning up. And it brings up the tension into the scene. And it is just wonderful because you're on your edge and you're like, what's going to be revealed? Is it somebody who's dead? Is it a dead animal? Is it dead? You don't know.
No, wait.
No, wait, actually,
you just,
I
you just
remember-
see a couch and people are confused about whether this is a couch or a dead animal.
They're not confused about whether the couch is a dead animal. They're confused about what's on the couch. And it's probably something dead.
How long is this? How long is this
well,
movie?
well, hold on, because I heard about this movie, and the reason everybody thought it was a dead animal was because right as the movie starts, there's a text that comes on the
Oh,
screen
my
that just says it's probably a dead animal, and then it fades into the couch, and then it just keeps panning for
And
the rest
The
of the movie.
words
so
fade into the couch.
I'm so glad you noticed that.
Oh my
I don't know
God.
if you made it to the end because at the end the text comes back and it pops out from the couch and,
And
it
it
says
says-
it wasn't a dead animal.
Wait,
We're
so
wrong.
it's
Yeah.
panning up. It pans up past the couch, and then at the end it goes back to the couch. Let's just do like a 360, where it comes back
it's
around.
a 360 perspective movie.
How did they?
It's trying to show.
How did they capture
the inner
that with a
turmoil
camera?
of somebody breaking up with you? It doesn't matter who you are, what you are, even if you're a machine gun.
And
It's a really deep message.
How was the score in this movie? Because I heard it was brilliant.
There is one piano note that is played the entire film, over and over at intermittent intervals.
And I remember hearing that the composer was Gunn Williams.
Yes,
And-
Hans Zimmer student. Yes,
Hans
That's-
Zimmer's student Gunn Williams, who famously
It was his son.
Yeah, has only ever played one note his entire life. on
yeah,
the
yeah.
piano.
Gunn Williams, the very stout anti-gun protester. Yes, yes. He's a brilliant composer. He's only composed for this series though.
And what's weird is that he's so anti-gun, but he still chooses to do these movies. Do you have any theories as to why that is?
I think they're based on him.
You-
I think it's a true life story.
Oh,
Yeah. A lot of people don't
Oh.
agree with me.
So this movie is based on the composer
Yeah.
and not the director's vision.
No, that's what's so brilliant about it. It's so
Oh.
different.
It's very unique. I mean,
Interesting.
well, I have a question. You said the entire movie is just panning up. How long is this movie?
It is about 2 hours.
So that's a slow pan.
That's
It's a nice pan.
but it's a slow pan nonetheless.
It is absolutely just, it's like a crawl. Like, you think the Star Wars crawl is slow?
I don't.
This is like baby coming out of a womb slow. I mean, it is just magically slow. Is there anything that's more beautiful
Well,
than that?
I'm still not entirely clear about Ex Machina. You said so. It pans up. We're confused about whether there's a dead animal on the couch or not.
Because of the text at the beginning
Okay.
that they just
But
very,
what is on the couch?
an AK-47.
An AK-47.
Yeah.
And people are fooled by this text at the beginning that says it could be a dead animal.
Yeah, because there's blood on the couch.
There is blood on the couch.
There is.
Okay. And what about?
You don't notice that until your second viewing.
Is there
Your first viewing,
anything
you're
else
just-
in the movie? I'm just wondering where the man comes in.
So,
if this is just a couch, it pans up. Where is the man in this movie?
I haven't gotten to the best part of the movie.
Oh, please.
The best part of the movie
Right at the climax, right?
is that there's a picture
Yeah.
right about halfway through the movie.
Right when the camera's pointing straight up at the ceiling because it's halfway through the pan.
Exactly. See, that's the thing. That's what's so beautiful. There's this picture of the man and the machine gun, and it is on the ceiling. It is on the ceiling.
Like those boy band photos girls would hang up in their room on
right,
the
but
ceiling.
it's not hanging from the ceiling. It is on the ceiling. They're trying to mess with your perspective. They're trying to show you
Wait.
that everything has turned upside down. Because what
For this
happens
machine
is
gun.
this camera is upside down at this point, and you can't see the machine gun because sometimes you don't know what you're feeling when somebody breaks up with you. Sometimes you just don't know, and it's
Sometimes
really
it
sad.
feels like everything is
Sometimes
upside
it feels
down.
like you're not even yourself at this point.
Sometimes it feels like the world is spinning.
Sometimes it feels
Oh
like you were
my
shot
God.
with a machine gun in the chest and heart and face. And God damn it, Brittany. Sorry. I'm off track. This scene.
Are you okay, Connor?
This I'm sweating. This
You're
halfway
bleeding
scene.
quite a bit
Oh.
from your chest.
This halfway scene.
Yeah.
In the
Continue.
middle of Ex Machina. It shows the picture. And the picture falls over. And then it slow crawls
And
back
does
down.
it land on the camera?
No.
Well, because it's from so it falls away from the camera.
Exactly.
So when it pans up and you see what's supposed to be the ceiling, are you just seeing like sky? Is like the entire movie taking place on an airplane if the camera's upside down, or is it like in the house that's upside
It's in
down?
like one of those model homes where there's no other furniture and there's everything is like one. It's very monochrome and very like bleak.
Yeah.
Connor, I do have to ask before we continue. Are you being paid to talk about Ex Machina right now by the company who made Ex Machina?
Nope.
That makes sense.
Also, you can buy the AK-47 online for $70. There's a prop replica from the movie. It is the exact replica that they use in that one shot.
Okay, Connor, you said no, but I just saw you get a notification in your bank account that a deposit was made.
Well, I also just heard him ask everyone to go buy an AK-47 from the movie.
Yeah, I mean,
I think
I
that's
thought that
more.
was a
I think
dead
that's
giveaway.
more of a telltale sign than how seeing his phone from across the table. I guess you were looking through his like glasses, his eyeballs.
Yeah,
the
I saw the
reflection on his
reflection
eyes.
on his glasses.
Wow.
But I mean, people say things all the time. Like we entirely endorsed Indiana Jones earlier, but
Because full disclosure, part of the making of Indiana Jones, Jacob was too. And we will advertise stuff on the show, but we're going to be very clear about the fact that we were involved in almost anything we advertise.
and then every time you watch or buy the movie, we do get a little bit of residuals.
A very small.
Well, full disclosure to everyone as well in regards to Ex Machina. Yeah, I'm not promoting it.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
You're just a
all right.
fan.
Yeah, I'm just a big fan. It's a cult classic, I promise. It'll be like The Room in a couple of years. That's my prediction.
It's so bad it's good.
So good, it's good.
So
That's
good.
The Room.
Guess I haven't seen The Right Room.
Oh, God. I haven't seen The Room. I did have a question for y'all too.
Yes.
I just wanted to know, what was it like the first time you shot a gun? Any gun. Doesn't have to be a machine gun, just any gun. Jacob, why don't you start?
Oh, I was going to let Andrew go first. But I mean,
That's okay.
since you're so persistent, I remember it was in my hand and I was hunting. And my grandpa wanted me to hunt with him. So we found a raccoon in a cage and I shot at it and I missed. And then I got scared and I walked away.
So did you just leave your grandpa to deal with the raccoon? What if it attacked him and you just like left him in there?
It was in a cage, but I do remember as I was walking away, I do remember my grandpa saying, "Please don't walk away. I need your help on this. The raccoon is out of the cage. I'm now in the cage."
oh my God, he said all that right before you walked out. How big was this garage?
It was
my
a pretty,
God.
it was in the woods, and it was
Oh,
it was a pretty long walk, and he was yelling quite a bit. But I mean, I don't think anything bad happened.
Is he still alive?
I haven't talked to him since.
Oh
Have you seen him
Have
since?
you seen your grandfather since this incident happened? Do you need to check on your grandfather?
Not really. I haven't seen him since. I kind of I got really scared and I walked away and I never went back.
But it was just a raccoon.
You knew it was a raccoon.
I'm going to call your family and find out about your granddad for you. I would like to know what happened. But, thank you for sharing that. That must have been a very riveting experience for you.
Yeah, I don't like to talk about it. Since then, me and my grandpa don't talk.
Well, prayers for Jacob's grandfather.
Yeah, he's probably fine.
Please don't pray for Tanner. Pray for Jacob's grandfather.
Amen.
Andrew.
Do we bring up praying for Tanner in this episode or in the last episode? I don't remember.
It was the last one.
That was a callback to something that isn't going to ever be released.
I forgot how short that one was. Okay, edit all this out. Edit. Okay, Andrew.
Yeah.
What about you? First time you shot a gun, I'd like to know.
Oh, thinking
Any
back.
gun. It could be a Nerf gun.
Oh, any gun.
Any gun, not just a machine gun.
Well, as I've already said, I've never fired a machine gun, so.
Right.
Well, it was me. It was my best friend, Nick, and it was my girlfriend. And I think Nick had been bitten by a zombie, and we were in the cellar of a pub, and I had to put a bullet in his head to prevent him before he turned to a zombie. He told me he could not live to see himself become this monster and creature. So that was the first time I shot a gun, and the last time.
Are you okay? That sounds so traumatic.
Sounds awfully familiar to the plot of Shaun of the Dead.
Never seen that.
Okay.
And if it was,
Anyways, that must-
if it was similar to that, then instead of Nick, I would have said my mom, because in that movie, if I had seen that movie, Sean would have shot his mom and not his best friend. His best friend would have stayed a zombie, and they would have been best friends.
That is a surprisingly accurate.
And I might not have realized that halfway through saying my story, but I decided not to mention it.
But it is a good thing that you haven't seen that movie then, because otherwise that would have been a horribly inaccurate.
Is it a good
Good
thing I
thing.
haven't seen that movie? Is it a good movie? I don't know.
It's a very good thing you haven't seen that movie.
Yeah, because you would just relive memories.
You don't want to do that.
Yeah. But,
I'm sorry to hear that, Andrew. How long ago was that?
Well, I'm 16 now, and that happened when I was, I think, 12. So about 4 years ago.
You know, we don't have to go into the details, man. I can tell it's a traumatic experience. What kind of gun was it?
It was a machine gun. I guess I was wrong about never firing a machine gun before.
Oh, okay.
I sort of pointed at him and I just held the trigger down and went down from his skull down to his crotch, and I sawed him in half with the bullets and sort of got spilled. He was like whole for a second, and then from the top down he sort of split apart.
Oh my
What
god.
did your girlfriend say?
It was
as
like
this
a
happened?
peeling a banana.
You really just wanted to make sure you didn't turn. Yeah,
What-
what did your girlfriend say?
Oh well, you know what? You know what's funny? I think I shot her too. And
I find it amazing.
for her,
that
I
you're-
sort of shot her eyes out first, and then made it like a smiley face.
Jesus Christ.
Where was this, Andrew?
This was I said it was in the bottom of a pub,
Right.
but I think it was in my girlfriend's house. You know what's really funny? I don't remember there
Yeah?
being a zombie
I was about
apocalypse
to
at that
ask.
time.
I was about to.
I don't think a
ask.
zombie apocalypse has ever happened, right? Let me think back. It was in my girlfriend's bedroom, and Nick was in the bed with my girlfriend. I kicked down the door.
Jeez.
This all happened while you were 12 years old.
They hopped, yes, 4 years ago. They hopped out of the bed, and I just opened fire.
So, lots of questions.
Funny how the mind works, huh?
Yeah.
I guess I was sort of repressing it. I don't know why.
Right.
So, anyways, I think we covered everything about machine guns that we need.
I don't think I want to ask anymore.
I think we
we're
did.
good.
I think we did.
Do you guys
Yeah.
have anything else you want to cover on machine guns?
Like I said, I think we're done.
Not at all.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. We're gonna do a quick little segment now.
Ooh,
It's
I love
everybody's
this
favorite segment.
Oh boy!
You guys ready for it?
Oh.
It's Prayer Circle. Hey!
Swoop. Prayer circle.
I just drew a big circle. Hey! So now what we're all gonna do is we're all gonna join hands.
All right,
Okay.
Connor, I'm
Everybody.
gonna grab your right hands, and I'm gonna grab Jacob's.
I'm gonna.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm doing a bit of a crisscross. I'm gonna grab Connor's left hand with
Okay,
my right hand.
Grab your left hand with your
Wait, grab my own left hand.
with your
I'm
right hand.
I'm in a circle with myself right
So
now.
Jacob, we'll grab hands, and
Okay,
Andrew, you
I'm grabbing.
you
I'm
grab
grabbing
yourself.
your right hand with my left hand.
God, I always
and-
feel so left out. Why do you guys always do this to me?
Now we're in.
No,
More
we're
of
in a circle.
We're.
I'm not in a circle.
Well, it's in more of
We
a
are.
straight line, really.
You-
We've kind of made just a runway.
No, I look at me. I am holding hands with myself.
Here,
This
let's
isn't
let's
fun.
position ourselves to where we're pointing our hands at Andrew.
Okay, so, all right, now our hands still holding together, not broken the chain, are pointing at Andrew. Currently.
I would like everybody to go around and give a prayer to somebody in need and talk about also what they hope for in my future. I
Connor-
would like Andrew
Connor,
to start.
Oh, yes, sir. I'm bowing my head and I'm closing my eyes.
Nice.
Tonight, I would like to thank the people that have brought us here, our mothers, our fathers, personally, my two fathers,
Amen.
for raising me as a young child.
Amen.
I would like to
Amen.
thank
Amen.
the egg donor that carried my father's sperm until I was birthed and hatched into the fine young man you see before you today.
God bless. Amen. Amen.
And I would like to send my good vibes out to all of the people out there on the road. Listen to this right now. Safe travels, and hope you get to where you're going without too much hassle.
Thank you, Andrew.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. Goddamn. Amen.
God damn.
God damn. Amen. That was beautiful.
God damn.
Jacob,
Yes.
I would like you to send a prayer
Hail Satan.
out to someone in need and then have a prayer for something to go well.
In
In
your
our-
future.
Not in my future. My future's not important anymore. In Andrew's future now.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Again. All right. I pray that the person I believe who needs it most currently, Andrew, honestly, I'm just gonna pray for Andrew and that he
God damn.
works out those
Amen.
demons in his closet.
God damn. Hail Satan.
Currently, I believe that I think there's a lot going on with him, and
Lord Jesus Almighty.
Satan is my Lord.
I hope that he is able to work those out and get through them and power through any weaknesses he holds within his heart, any sin within his heart.
Righteous.
My heart belongs to Satan.
I hope that his heart is able to shine his holy light through and through.
Kill Jesus.
Amen. Amen. Andrew.
I pray that good fortune.
Andrew is not home right now.
I pray that Andrew stays strong with you and that he follows your bright light and he continues to show your divine presence, Lord, throughout all that he does.
I'm going to rape you, Jacob.
And
Amen. Amen.
Strength.
Preach it.
Watch my
Strength.
head turn around.
Strength of the Holy Spirit shines through him and bursts through in waves.
God is dead.
I hope that he follows his lineage.
Amen. Amen.
I hope that he follows his lineage, the generations of his family who have gone into.
You cannot remove the demon from me.
You can feel the spirit in the room.
Andrew is God.
And that he joins the clergy as his forefathers have
No.
before him.
Stop praying
I
for
hope
me.
that he truly shines with your divine light through and through. The power of Christ compels you, Andrew, to.
No.
The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ
Amen.
compels
Amen.
you.
Amen. Amen.
Amen. The power of Christ compels you, Lord.
Righteous
The power of
Jesus.
Christ compels you.
Amen.
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 And that's it because I'm not religious. Okay. Thank you, everybody else, for the rest of your prayers. And thank you for tuning in.
Well, wait.
to the-
We got to hear the theme song to Prayer Circle.
Oh, that's right. Thank you again for your prayers, everybody. And we're going to close it out with the theme song to Prayer Circle. Ready, boys? A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh.
Prayer circle. Prayer circle. Prayer circle. Prayer circle.
Martin.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to the 4 Noun Podcast. This has been Connor, Jacob, and Andrew. We are signing off.
Sign off.
Sign off.
Xbox, sign out.
Over.
Crap.
Xbox, sign out.
Xbox, turn off.
Xbox, turn off.
Alexa, turn off.
Alexa, turn off the PlayStation.
Okay, Google, turn off.
Okay, that was good. That was good.
But what remains of the driving intent?